Hi everybody, I'm Patty.
Hi, I'm Carrie.
And we are StudioR12 Stencils, and we are here today to share a fabulous new product for your hippie noodle. We're going to blow a hippie noodle today.
Yeah, we're pretty good at that. And this one is probably one of my favorite releases since we've been here because it is one of the most useful. Like, as a human and a crafter and a homeowner, you want to decorate your home, you want to make gifts for people, but there's only so much wall space. Yeah. And especially when you work in a business like this or when you are a stencil fan, we get it. There's only so much wall space, but we want to show off all the beautiful things that we make. And you also don't know when you are making things to sell at craft shows or if you're making gifts for people, if they have wall space.
Such a good point.
Right? Like,
wait till you see.
Yes.
Oh, I'm excited.
So,
she just blew my hippie noodle.
Thank you. That's what I'm here for. So this was actually part of our August 2024 project of the month release is where this kind of came into our head. Most times we do not release these products until 6 months after the pre-order, but this one we could not wait. We are doing a whole shebang. We have several different sizes, and today we are happy to release to you
it's exciting.
Our new triangle stand easel, so you can vertically show off your products and your projects and not hang them on your wall.
And you don't know when you're going to need to display your artwork on a mantle, on a kitchen countertop, on like whatever, name your surface. You don't know when you're going to want that. Your desk, I've got a desk version to show you. So I'm going to show you how you can display your art, craft, and other things everywhere. And even show you some useful things.
Absolutely. And then when you do have to put a sign there to take up some space or whatever you're going to do, just laying it against the wall does not always work. Ask me how I know.
If we slam the door,
they fall in our office. Like, quit slamming the doors! So this is going to be super helpful in our very own office.
So let's get started. Okay, so today we are going to introduce easels. Okay, so we have easels in all the sizes. And you might think, why do I need them in all the sizes? But you need them in all the sizes. So I'm going to show you today how to use them. I'm going to show you how to paint them. I'm going to show you how they go together. So they are super easy to store because they just store flat. These little slots just fit. It's easier if you put it down on the ground. They just fit into each other. They're not super wobbly or anything like that. They have little nice deep feet. If you see elf feet, you're welcome for that. I will put that in your brain, and it's now a brain wig or whatever, the earwigs or what they call it when you put it in your ear. But so anyway, but these little feet right here hold things up. They're available in sizes from 12 inches tall down to 5 inches tall. And it's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who do we appreciate? 11, 12. So we have all of the sizes. I'm going to move things away, and I'm going to show you what they work like and how sturdy they are. That is the thing that blew our hippie noodle is just the ability to be able to display something in an upright fashion where it won't slip off, and it's super sturdy. So this is the smallest thing that I have, and this is just a little photo of our little gardening group. And this is on the 5. Now this is 4 inches tall. This is 5 inches tall. It does show just a little bit, but this is a picture that I keep on my desk. And it would be so nice just to have this really modest footprint. I have it currently in a thing that's about that wide that has a slot in it. And I don't want to put it with a command strip or anything like that. So I just love the idea of having just a little easel that I can use to see my friends. Okay, I love that. And then going with like a cell phone, also something that I use when I cook and watch videos to see if I'm doing it right or just entertaining myself while I'm doing tasks. This is great. It does not work. It's a little bit too wide to work vertically, but it does work horizontally. Okay, so that's...
Speaking of the not working vertically, there is something that you'll want to check out in our product listing for this. So the Stands are listed by height. So when you see 5-inch, 6-inch, up to 12-inch, that is how tall the back brace is. But down in the description, it is also listed with the opening width. So it will tell you for the 5-inch stand, the opening width is 3.5 inches across. So you'll want to look at both when you are purchasing these if you have specific things in mind, because you'll want it to be tall enough where it doesn't plop over, but you'll also want it to be wide enough or not wide enough depending on the width of your product.
Yeah, and what I like it to be, so I've got a little Easter sign here. This is one of my favorite color schemes for Easter, by the way. I just love everything distressed about this. But I've got this in a 5-inch stand. I can go into a 6-inch stand as well. And then when I get up to the 7-inch, I start seeing the top. So you definitely want to measure your board and see which one will keep the base. If you don't want to see the back, it's nice to do that. But this is so sturdy. You're going to see me kind of flipping this thing all over the place. I'm going to do it especially with the big ones as we get going. And you could, if you wanted to, you could glue these together. I do not recommend that. I'm going to show you how to paint them in just a minute. So now we've got small stuff, but let's talk about heavy stuff. So we have how deep and wide is this thing? This is a 1 1/4 inch wide cutting board. This has been engraved. It's got Carrie's name on it. And so then you can measure how tall is that? 14 inches. So in theory, I could go all the way up to the 12-inch. And that's going to, it absolutely works. And so now I can put this gift on display in my house, in my kitchen, wherever I want to display this as a gift, to know that, like, my kids love me. You know, like my stepson made me a gorgeous cutting board. He hand-pieced it and did all this kind of stuff. So this would be a fabulous thing to put on my kitchen countertop, to be able to be like, you know what? This is a great gift. This is beautiful. So, and then watch, this is really, really heavy. I wish I had a scale, I would tell you. But like, this doesn't move at all. Like, it's not, I can move it, I can slide it around, but it is not tipping or tilting. And that is a lot of weight on there. Now, the neat thing is you can go down in size. What I love the most about this is the tilt is barely a tilt. It's not like some of these things, they go on a tilt and they're like, actually my phone is a really good example of that. If I'm doing this, see how, if I do it the right way, see how flat that tilt is? It's like almost as bad as laying it on the counter. You know, it's just not a good amount of tilt. But these are just a little bit of tilt. This is the 11-inch. Then we can go 10-inch. And so same thing, big heavy cutting board does the trick. Go down to the 9-inch. Like, it's like I toppled that, but it's not in harming the structure. This is we've got numbers written on these, 8-inch. Okay, so this is getting a little, see how that changed? Got a little bit wobbly at 8-inch, but that is a ton of weight. And that is, look at the difference between the two of those. That is a massive size difference. So, but at 8 inches, it would still be secure. So having these in the different sizes, perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna push my limits here and go to the 7-inch. And you know what? I would be completely satisfied with that. I don't hate that at all. Let's push it to the 6. See if it'll do it. Okay, so we start losing our feet. So that's what's happening here. Do you see that? So I mean, we always want to give you all the information about our products so that we're completely transparent. I would stop on something this size at the 7 and up. Any one of the sizes is going to work. So that's really good to know. Okay, so now let's go into a round. And the same exact thing is going to happen here. We can go up to, and if you notice, you're going to get a little bit more lean the bigger you go. So if you wanted a little bit more upright, you would go into, that was the 12, this is the 7. It's going to, is that true? Is that going to get that more upright? Let me put something else up here. The lean is exactly the same, so that's good to know. I would have sworn it was not. Okay, so this is a 7, and it is holding, I think this is a 15-inch round? 15-inch round. So the 7 is, I think the 7 might be universally a really good size, but we have more. Okay, but wait, there's one.
But wait, there's more.
Okay, so you just saw that we have and all of these are YouTube videos, so you can go see the old Rugged Cross video on our channel. That's StudioR12 on YouTube. And so this is the 12-inch, and so this is super sturdy, super not gonna run away. One reason you might wanna choose a smaller size is because your footprint, like if you look at the footprint of the 12, you have a lot more leg, so you're gonna need a little bit more shelf space. So if I go into an 8, so it does, see how tall it is? So you've got like, what is it, a fulcrum? Wherever things start tipping. So 8 is probably pushing it. So then you might go 9. Let's see if 9 gets us this big size. The size of this is 22 inches. And so the size of the 9. So let's see. We still have a little bit of tipping. 10. 10 we stop. Okay, so 10 at 22 inches is probably a good place to be. So that is great information. So just know that the taller your item is, then you're going to need a little bit more of that leg room.
When we had a customer ask us, and one of the reasons that we decided to go ahead and do this as a video was they asked, how do you decide? And like, you know, you might be able to grab all of them and see what works best for your stuff around your house. But if you have a specific product that you want to display, to give like a guesstimate from our point of view, about halfway up is how you want it. So
that's a good point.
You had your 22 inch and you got to about 10 inches. So the 10, the 11, the 12 would have worked, but under about halfway is where it starts to kind of get a little tippy.
Yeah, and I think, remember that I have seen stacks of these in our shipping department, stacks and stacks of them. People are ordering them in all the sizes. They're ordering multiples depending on what you're displaying. It's been a big deal. Yeah,
so if you are, that's where the craft show comes in. If you are selling at craft shows, these are really great to be able to offer as an add-on, or
good idea.
Know, maybe so we're not going to set up your craft show, but sell your sign, do this as a bonus with a discount or something, and then you can also give these as gifts to the people who you are giving signs to.
Yeah, and you know, going back to the photo for Christmas. It was either, I think it was the year before last. We did a bunch of family photos, and then even actually, you bring up a really good point. We did a big event in Gallipolis, which is a town you'll never remember the name of, but we did a big Christmas event, and it was a gala, and everybody was dressed to the nines, and it was a fancy location, and we took friend pictures, and so we had couples. I think there were 4 of us, 4 sets of couples, and we did these friend pictures. And I did not give my gift out. I printed them because I didn't have a way, like, you're going to put it on your wall. I don't think so, but you know, you darn well would put it on your desk. You know, so that's just such a neat way to display.
Well, and don't forget, we just had a coworker who had a baby shower over the weekend, using these for weddings. Or for baby shower, for centerpieces, if you are putting a little number on the table, this is a great way, and you can paint it the colors of the wedding. So there's really a lot of different ways. Like, let us know in the comments. Drop a comment, let us know how you would use it so that you can help others figure out how to use theirs and give them some more ideas.
And going with the how tall is your item for selecting, this is a horizontal, it's 9.5 inches. So I would not want to go to, I probably could do the 10 because of the lean, and it's not going to show. Okay, so I've got like about a ½ inch. If I go to 11, sorry for all these stands, I feel like I'm in a forest.
The small one out of the front, it's right in front of, there you go.
Okay, so the 11 shows, okay? but the 10 does not. So even though this is 9.5 inches, or did I say 9.5? Yeah, I can't remember either. 9.5. So even though it's 9.5, it still leans just enough. The 10 works. Okay, so, and then if you went that direction, you have plenty of room, and it's not tippy. I'm like literally hitting that pretty hard.
Yeah. And that's a really good reminder to...
Oh, this, like I'm hitting it really hard here. Sorry.
You can also use these surfaces as a vertical or a horizontal, and you could paint a Christmas vertical and then have your lemonade horizontal and then just move your decor
And then just
around
switch them, because then you're not putting command strips on,
on the back.
Excuse me, on the back.
Yeah.
So now you don't have to worry about varnishing. You don't have to worry about any of that. Like it's just brilliant. It's so simple. It's ridiculous. Okay, so now we're going to have some fun. Okay, so well, we're going to do a little bit more practical. How many people use one of these when they're cooking? So you use it this way, you use it this way. It fits both ways, and this is the number 8. So what a great, this is the traditional size iPad. And so you can go both directions with that on the number 8. You could go down to number 7, no problem. And tipping, like we're feeling pretty stable. Let's go back and tip it with the number 8. So see how that gets just a little bit stronger? The more support you have. The only thing is the splay gets a little bit wider. So I almost would go with the 7 rather than the 8 just to get it upright. But that is what you want, is something that gives you that support back here, because then it's not tippy.
Yeah, and when we originally made these, the technology aspect wasn't really something we were thinking about.
Not at all.
But now looking into those, having this that you can put out on your countertop or your painting table, your craft room, put your technology on it, use it, take it apart and put it in a drawer, and then it's hidden. I love that idea for that.
Yeah. Being able to take these apart.
Yeah.
We have many stands, but being able to take these apart and having it store flat is amazing. Okay, I'm going to show you some more examples, and then I'm going to paint one for you. But I wanted to show you, like, here's a book, and this is a good size book. It's at least got the tape measure. Let's use it. It's 1.5 inches, and so you can put that on your counter. It'll hold your pages open. So think cookbooks, all of that kind of stuff. So if you have a big cookbook,
Bible study.
Yeah. So I use big cookbooks all the time. We have a cookbook stand that we love because it's artistic, but this is just function.
Yeah.
So sometimes we just need function. And then now let's get into the fun. We've covered some of those things. So this is our welcome to our fire pit. So say you had an outdoor area and you just wanted to pop that up. So this is the 12-inch. So we're hitting it and doing the thing. So absolutely works. You could do it on 11.
Can you move that one to the side?
Yeah,
please?
I will. Sorry. So 11 works. It gets a little bit topplier. This is where our back is. It's about halfway. So when we get into 10, that should be when we see things start getting a little bit questionable. That's not bad. 10 is okay.
It's coming up a little bit in the front when the bottoms of the legs were coming up a little.
Yeah, it definitely was doing a thing. So this is 18 inches. So 18 inches tall is great. Let's push it. So let's go with, these are all the videos that we've done here. This is 24 inches. So we go into our 24 inch. It starts getting big enough that I can no longer be seen. Okay, so that's a big sign. So it's coming up, but it's holding fine. It's super, gonna be awesome. You could go down in size. Let's go ahead and do it, just so that we see where we start. This is way below halfway. The halfway, that's such good perspective, thank you. This is gonna start getting tippy, I bet. It's not bad. So that's the 10. I'm just gonna let you predict what happens as you go down in size. And then let's go into Mondo sign. This is half the size of me, height-wise anyway. So now we are at 27 inches. I'm not doing that math, but I'm assuming that probably is half the size of me. Okay. So this is on the 12. I'm going to peek out here. And I'm better at this hand. Okay, so that's still it. I could tip it if I absolutely hit it. But, you know, if you're in a location where you don't need to worry about too much stuff interfering with whatever you're displaying, if you needed to have a sign, like the baby shower sign that we had this weekend would be great in one of these easels. Just think of any little sign that you need. The price is amazing, and they're reusable over and over, so let's paint one. Okay, so we've got our palette. I'm going to use black because it's just neutral.
So when you think about painting them, there's a couple things to think about. One, you can always repaint it. So you could paint it every time you change your sign on it if you would want to.
Yep.
But I'm going to choose black because it's going to go with almost anything. If I have a navy, that might change my idea. Maybe I'd do the same color as the project. But like even with this, we'll paint this one black and then we'll show what it looks like on the navy. Yeah. Because a lot of if you're getting surfaces from us, they have black around the edge. So then it's just going to seamlessly go.
Yeah, if you were shabby chic or you were in a really paisley printed, soft southern style and black would be too harsh, then go white. Like you can do pink, you can
crackle it.
You can do whatever you want. So this is just amazing. So they just slide apart. The thing that you don't want to do is you don't want to get paint in here. You can get some paint in there. If you get some paint in there, no problem. Where's my sandpaper? If you get paint in there, we keep these little bits of sandpaper. You can fold it up. And so say you drip in, you can just go in with your sandpaper and clean it up. So no problem. Okay, so then we're going to use daubers. You can use an ink sweeper or you can use a jumbo dauber. I'll use the jumbo dauber. And always pat off on your palette. And then maybe give yourself, right when you're very first doing it, give yourself just a little push on the paper towel. And then you're going to just daub that. And then stuff doesn't leak into that little slot there. How many of you think that this is like winner chicken dinner? Like this is the best? Like, I don't know where these have been my whole life.
Well, and the more I think about it, so for my decor at my house, I'm very basic, very minimalist. But if I have a specific sign that I get out for Christmas that I know I'm going to put somewhere, maybe I'll use the biggest one and paint snowflakes on it. Or maybe if you have a design style that you use in your home and you're going to get a big printed family photo and use it on there, maybe you make it the bubbles or the something pattern that matches what decor you have.
For me, it'd be chicken wire.
Yes.
Like how fun would that be? Paint it in a red, put your chicken wire on, have some fun with it. Like these bigger ones would be amazing to have those pattern stencils that we have on our website. It's StudioR12.com. And make sure, by the way, that you are subscribing, ringing the bell, and giving us a thumbs up because like we work very hard to bring this stuff to you. Okay, so I'm gonna stand. He doesn't stand. Lean. And I'm gonna put him on my paper towel so I can just show you the finished thing without wasting too much time. So you get it painted whatever color you want. This is made out of a durable MDF. And then, by the way, for those of you who have been around the world just a few more times, the MDF that we are currently using in our universe used to be filled with formaldehyde and a bunch of different things, but these are actually rated safe. So this is a good product to have, and it is not a problem. So then you just slide that together. And Bob's your uncle. And notice that I didn't worry about the edges. You could worry about the edges if you wanted to, but that's how they look in black with navy, and that is perfect.
Yeah. Yay, they look so good. I like them painted.
Yeah. I think painted is fabulous.
Just give them that finishing touch.
It just is, yeah, it's so finished. So you guys, thank you for joining us, and we are so excited to share these new easels with you, and I'm excited to hear your thoughts and comments.
Yeah.
See you later.